Lead us in this song, and I invite you to stand if you would like to and are able.
Ready? I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. Look at each other. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. Now we, ready? We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. Who? We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. Follow. And we shine, we shine, we shine. One more time. We shine so bright. Woo! Yeah!
Thank you very much. Please be seated. Now, Sylvia is going to stay with us as she leads us in our inspirational reading and meditation.
Thank you, Reverend Jerry. Just take a deep breath. Be sure to release it. Divine love. When we love, we always strive to become better than we are. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better as well. Divine love is a way of being in the world. It is an internal experience, less dependent on external forces, situations, circumstances, or people. It is the energy of presence and that willingness to be love in the world. As we get more spiritually advanced, we begin to recognize its expression and see love everywhere. During our silent meditation, I invite you to contemplate this thought. I am one with the cosmic energy of divine love. Spirit coming through each and every one of us here and beyond the walls of the sanctuary at Om. Spirit coming through and being expressed as many things, most of all as love, divine love. Divine love, that which is ours to have, to be, to belong to give away. And because this is natural, I know that God, Divine Spirit, by whatever name one chooses, the sound is sacred. The meaning is deep, and that is that love is all there is. God is all there is, nothing prevails but love. And so I give thanks for everything that unfolds so perfectly today here in Om, in our hearts, in our souls, in our being, and across the universe, all around the globe. Love is the answer. And so I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the technology that allows us to be here connected with online and beyond online. Thank you, God. I'm so grateful for the words of wisdom and the insights, and the sense of humor, the delight in hearing Reverend Dr. Jerry speak the truth from his heart, his soul, and lavished with love. I'm so grateful for the music that wraps itself around us, inside and out, and allows us to just take in every word and use the sound of the music, the vocals. Each note is filled to overflowing with love. So love is what it is. That's all. Simple, easy to receive, and very easy to give. So let us celebrate this day together, knowing it's perfectly unfolding exactly as it's meant to be. And with great satisfaction and joy, let us say, and so it is. Thank you. And now, my pleasure to introduce again Mr. Joe Rathburn. Please give him a warm welcome.
Did I just see a critter? Ah. Hi. I brought my band with me today, and they now have a name. They're called the Invisibles. They swore they'd quit if I didn't put them on the bill, so I decided to do that. And today we're going to play a tune for you that I wrote a long time ago, but if you're familiar with Peter Mayer and his song Holy Now, it's along the same theme, because the song is basically saying that everything, literally, is a miracle. And it's a miracle that it's here. It's a miracle that we're here. So here's a song called Call It a Miracle. And the bass player is a little feisty today, too. So. Breathe in, breathe out. Open your eyes and see. Smell the roses, taste the nectar. Listen, reach out and touch me. What do you call that? Oh, what can it be? Call it what it is. It's a miracle. Earth below, sky above, sun on a sparkling sea, distant planets, moon and stars, particles, quasars, and gravity. What do you call that? Oh, what can it be? Call it what it is. It's a miracle. Something inside makes us aware the great I Am was always there, creating the vastness, filling the void. Guess it didn't enjoy being unemployed, and to this day it loves us. I call that a miracle. Within, without, that's all there is to see. Think your thought, make it word, and you've just secured your place in eternity. What do you call that? Oh, what can it be? Call it what it is. It's a miracle. Something inside makes us aware when this body's died, that something goes somewhere. Into the vastness, into the void. Science says matter can't be destroyed, nor can the spirit. I call that a miracle. Yes, it's a miracle. It's all a miracle. For lack of a better word. Miracle. Thank you.
Great song, Joe. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. So good morning once again, dear ones. Great to see you all. My topic for today is, let's go to the next slide so we can read it. Love's ascent, giving and receiving loving kindness. As you may know, our theme, CSL's theme for 2025 is Rising Higher, Growing Deeper. And for August, our theme is On the Wings of Love. And the Wings of Love reminded me that many of our Centers for Spiritual Living ministers and practitioners and other dear ones are in Banff, in Canada, frolicking in the mountains and the lakes and so forth, and also at the annual conference and retreat. And I'm embarrassed to say I'm not sure if Reverend Dr. Suzette is there or not, but I know that a lot of the other ministers and folks are there. We are not, but we're in San Diego. So, you know, as pretty as Banff is, San Diego's a close second as far as I'm concerned. So we hold them in the light for travel mercies and ease and grace as they return to home, wherever home is for them. So we're going to be talking about love today, and I always get just a little emotional when we talk about this subject, and you might as well. So I want you to know that there are Kleenex boxes either underneath your seat or close to you, because if I don't make you cry, I have not done my job. And ideally not making myself cry as well, but nonetheless. So today we're talking about practical ways to cultivate and nurture love in our daily lives. Course in Miracles reminds us that there is love and a call to love. That's all there is. There is love and a call to love. And because life is lived from the inside out, we must love ourselves and offer ourselves that loving kindness that we're going to talk about before we can share it with someone else, because I can't give away what I don't already have. So my question for us, and I feel like this is a really pertinent topic on this day with everything that's going on out there. How do we inhabit our lives? Do we come from that place of love, from compassion, from understanding, from joy for ourselves and others? Do we dwell in possibility? And I love that word, dwell. It's an old word, but do we dwell in possibility and love and compassion? Or do we come from resentment and regret? And if you've heard me speak before, you know that my thought of judgment and frustration starts with, oh, for the love of God. Do I come from the place of, oh, for the love of God? Or do I come from that place of love and compassion and possibility? So that's what we're talking about today. So what do we mean by love? So let me start by saying, and you've heard me say this before, I love Facebook. I absolutely love Facebook. I do not have financial interest. I have no emotional attachment, but there's so much wisdom and so much really great stuff on Facebook. And there's some other stuff. And that's why God made scrolling, is because if this isn't what I agree with, if this wasn't what I was looking for, if this wasn't what I wanted, I don't need to react. I just keep scrolling. But I'm going to share some wisdom from you today, with you today, that I found on Facebook that's really pretty cool, even if I do say so myself. So what do we mean by love? Love is much bigger than relationships. Love is the way you heal yourself, the kindness you give others, the gentleness you give yourself during turbulent times, the space you hold for close friends, the intention you use to live in the present, and the energy that changes the world. It's every moment that elevates the human experience and all the small things that make life shine. I love that. Now, kindness is different, and this really resonated for me. Consider kindness being different from niceness. And of course, I have a slide for that. Niceness stays quiet. Kindness speaks up from love and compassion and understanding, but niceness can be toxic. Kindness is healing. Niceness lies to keep the peace and go along to get along. Kindness knows the only way to make peace is to tell the truth. Niceness holds back. Kindness moves forward with humility, gentleness, and grace. I love the concept of that, because sometimes I can get them mixed up. But well, I'm going to be kind and not say no when I really should have said no. No, that's not kindness, that's niceness, and how important it is, and we'll talk more about this, for us to stand in our truth in a loving way, because we can be loving, as you know, we can be loving and say, no, I'm not doing that. Thank you so much for thinking of me, but that's not mine to do. So coming from this experience of kindness rather than from niceness. Because love, coming from kindness and from love and compassion, feels so much better than the opposite. I bet it's been your experience, and it's certainly been mine, that righteous indignation is way overrated. You know, ... Did I really need to say that, or is there another way that I could have looked at that? And is that something that I really needed to express, or could I look at why I'm reacting or responding that way? One of my favorite quotes from A Course in Miracles reminds us that I could see peace instead of this. And I would add, I could see love, compassion, kindness, and joy instead of anger, hurt, resentment, regret, and fear. If I could tattoo something to the inside of my eyelids, it would be, I could see peace instead of this. Because how often do we see a situation, or we look at something on Facebook, or we see something in the news, or somebody says something, and we just start to get, but I could see peace instead of this. We'll talk more about that. So this was the topic, and as you probably know, we are Centers for Spiritual Living creates the year with topics and suggested talks and so forth, and sometimes we use them and sometimes we don't, but this really resonated for me, but I wasn't sure where to go. And so I'm out with the dog, which very often is where the wisdom comes, because I'm focused on Maggie and not thinking about anything else. And the still small voice said, well, you can't really offer loving kindness without using the 4 agreements. If you are familiar, if you don't have this book in your library, I so invite you to get it. It is absolutely amazing. And I have to tell you, it is across in the most amazing places. Several years ago, the organization that I work with, Urban Street Angels, did a Tuesday night through Wednesday morning drop-in shelter at a church in North Park. And I would drive our van out to Ocean Beach to pick up homeless young people that wanted to come and spend the night, come in, have a shower, have dinner, have a safe place to sleep. And so did that Tuesday night. Wednesday morning, I'm taking this van load of youth back to Ocean Beach because that's where they live. And the topic comes up about the 4 agreements. And these young people, these 18 to 24-year-olds, are talking about this book and what a difference it's made in their lives. And I'm like, guys, I am so excited to hear you have found this book, because there's such amazing wisdom, regardless of our age and regardless of our situation. So just as a reminder, starting with, be impeccable with your word. Saying yes, that makes my tail wag. I really want to do that. No, that makes my tail droop. I don't want to do that. Again, coming from that place of kindness and compassion and all the rest of that, but being willing to stand in our truth and say, yes, that's what I want to do, or no, that's not mine to do. That's not what I'm led to do. Because my experience has been, when I speak my truth in a loving way, I avoid regret. Ever done that? Committed to doing something and then thought, why did I do that? So we avoid regret and we avoid resentment, because then, I don't know about you, but it's been my experience that after I'm doing what I didn't want to do in the first place, then I resent you even asking me because you knew I was going to say yes, right? So it's just such a big mess. So if we stand in our truth in a loving way from the very beginning, we avoid all of that. What do we say about our worth and our value to ourselves in our minds, but also to the world? Do we recognize that we're the essence, expression, and experience of Spirit? That we are the beloved? That we are God in expression? Do we treat ourselves that way? Do we speak about ourselves that way? Or are we still hanging out in the Old Testament and original sin and all the rest of that nonsense? Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. We offer loving kindness to ourselves and someone else when we recognize that nothing anybody else does or says has anything to do with us. Sometimes that's a difficult concept to grasp, but what you're upset about, what you're hurt about, has nothing to do with what I did or didn't do. It's something within you and perhaps triggering a memory that happened before. I can't hurt your feelings. It's not possible, because something happens, then you decide. And again, I could see peace instead of this. Sometimes it takes us a while to grasp that, and ideally I have another 30 or 40 years to work on this before I'm done, but it's a process, as you know, it's a process, not an event. And by the way, how wonderful it is when we don't give someone else the opportunity to take something that we did personally, rather than taking it out on me. And I was out, again, not picking on my Maggie. I have a golden retriever named Maggie, who is very curious. They say golden retrievers are one of the most curious breeds. And so we're out in the morning, and we have to stop and smell. And well, what happened here? And who was that? And was that me yesterday or last week or 6 months ago? What happened there? And I'm like, and quoting again myself, for the love of God, I just need to go in and have coffee. And she's like, well, yeah, but hang out, because I just want to smell this. So how important it is that I not take my need for coffee or my frustration after a difficult day out on my dog or the other 100,000 drivers on Interstate 8 East, or the people standing in line at Costco, or whatever the case might be. Loving kindness. So be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. You probably know about the word assumption and what it does. And if you don't remember that, I can tell you afterwards, but it's not really pulpit worthy. But the point is, how often do I look at a situation in my life and what am I going to do about this? What's going to happen with this? How is that going to be resolved? Because all we can see is the appearance. If we don't judge by appearances, we can see that there's always something more. And I'll bet it's been your experience, because it's certainly been mine, that whatever it is turns out to be so much better, so much easier than I could have possibly imagined. So rather than creating the movie, hiring the actors, playing it out in my mind of the worst thing that could possibly happen, I could see peace instead of this. So I treat myself with that loving kindness and not assume that it's going to be the worst thing that could possibly happen, because what if it's the best thing that could have possibly happened? And then always do our best. Because when we did, we can look back with no regret and remind ourselves, I did the best I could in the moment. If I could have done better with what I had to work with at the time, I would have. But I did the best. The best I could. Course in Miracles also reminds us there is love and a call to love. And again, for ourselves and other people. So I love this concept of loving kindness. The word metta in Pali, and Pali is a classic Middle Indo-Aryan language of the Indian subcontinent. There'll be a test on this later. And it is Maitri, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong in Sanskrit. But Buddhism teaches that loving kindness is not just an emotion, but a cultivated mental state in which our attention and our concern are directed toward the happiness of others. This expands to a universal, unselfish, and all-embracing love for all beings. So coming from this place of loving kindness for others, and oh, by the way, for ourselves as well. And the Brahmaviharas, or divine abodes in Buddhism, are the four divine abodes, or the four places of being. Loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy for the good fortune of others. So, oh, you got that new relationship and I didn't. Oh, you got that new car and I didn't. Oh, you won the lottery and I didn't. Oh, you got that parking place and I didn't. Versus, if it's all ours by right of consciousness, if you could get it, I could get it too. So sympathetic joy, I like that. And equanimity in remaining serenely balanced. That's big for us today. Serenely balanced. Because I could see peace instead of this. So after we start offering loving kindness to ourselves, we enlarge the circle of our concern to people we care about, to people we don't care one way or another about, to people that bug the soup out of us, and eventually to all beings. And I'd like to share, thanks to Martin and the Joys of Technology, would like to share, this is Karen Drucker's loving kindness meditation that I'd like for us to do for just a couple of minutes. So Martin, whenever you're ready. Take a deep breath and get comfortable in your chair if you would like.
May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. And I am happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. I am happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. And I am happy. I am happy. I am happy.
Because it's been my experience that it is not possible for us to give without receiving. So as I give that loving kindness away, I receive it within myself. Sounds like a big deal, sounds like a conscious intention, sounds like a project, but consider that it's really not, and the ways during the day that we can offer loving kindness. I've been thinking about the way when you walk down a crowded aisle, people pull in their legs to let you by. Or how strangers still say bless you when someone sneezes, a leftover from bubonic plague, meaning don't die. And sometimes when you spill lemons from your grocery bag, someone else will help you pick them up. Mostly we don't want to harm each other. We want to be handed our cup of coffee hot and to say thank you to the person handing it, to smile at them and for them to smile back, for the waitress to call us honey when she sets down the bowl of clam chowder, and for the driver in the red pickup truck to let us pass. We have so little of each other now, so far from tribe and fire, only these brief moments of exchange. What if they are the true dwelling of the holy, these fleeting temples we make together when we say, here, have my seat. Go ahead, you first. I like your hat. Those moment by moment, day by day interactions of loving kindness. I love the concept of that. No, you go ahead. It's okay. Whatever it is. I believe we are called, perhaps like not ever before or in recent memory, we are called to offer that loving kindness, again, not possible to do without us receiving it for ourselves. Because it feels so good. It feels so good. So get your Kleenex boxes ready. So I love Facebook, and I want to give credit where credit is due. And our beloved Reverend Natasha posted on Facebook yesterday this clip from YouTube about being there for others, about offering loving kindness. And so, Martin, whenever you're ready.
Friend of mine, I went to her house for dinner, hadn't seen her in a couple weeks, and just sort of catching up, I said, how have you been? She goes, last week was really, really rough. She told me what happened. I said, why didn't you call me? She goes, I did. I'm like, you didn't. She's like, I did. So I pull up my phone to prove to her that she didn't. And there in the text it says, what are you doing? Want to come over? Want to have dinner on Thursday? I'm like, you mean these texts? The one that sound like every other text you've ever sent me? How do I know that that's a cry for help? And so she'd read this article that said that when somebody is in need, all they need is 8 minutes of attention from a friend to feel not alone. Not to solve a problem, but just to feel not alone. And so we came up with a shorthand with each other, which is when we're in need, we text each other and say, do you have 8 minutes? what that means is, I need you. Anyone can step out of a meeting, step out of whatever they're doing for 8 minutes to call a friend and say, are you okay? You're not going to solve it. You'll get with them later for an hour or 2 hours, whatever they need. But just long enough to feel not alone. And the people who feel guilty calling you, because they don't want to bother you or interrupt you, nobody feels guilty for taking 8 minutes. So my ask is, adopt these little practices and be better friends to your friends. A friend of mine, I went to her house.
Eight minutes. 8 minutes. Think about that, and if that resonates for you, allow us to adopt that. Just 8 minutes, because I don't need you to solve the problem. I don't need you to beat me over the head with a science of mind textbook. I just need you sometimes to listen, because how often do we meet with a minister or practitioner and talk about whatever it is and we resolve it for ourselves before we finish? Sometimes we just need to verbalize whatever it is, and the still small voice then gets a word in edgewise and says, well, how about this? How about this? That's that experience of loving kindness offering to others. And of course, we receive it for ourselves. So this last piece, it's so foolish when the minister makes himself cry. I have one more for you. Love you too. So as you may know, I'm a pretty big Disney fan. And I go to Disneyland 4 or 5 times a year, and I found this piece about their policy related to hugs. So, Martin, whenever you're ready.
Heart beats fast, colors and promises. How to be brave? How can I love when I'm afraid to fall? Watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you, darling. Don't be afraid. I have loved you for that. Heartbeat.
I know. See, I told you. So the point of this is the Disney hug rule. And you see, if you've been, you know, Pooh Bear is there, and Mickey is there, and Minnie is there, and Pluto is there, and the princesses are there, and so many of the Disney characters, and the little kids are there, and some big kids are there too. And the characters come up and get a hug. And the policy is the hug lets go first. So the little kid or the big kid, they hug, and then the big kid, the little kid, lets go first. So the character hugs until whoever it was that requested it is okay, and then they let go, and then the character lets go. How cool is that? Totally. So yesterday I'm sitting writing this talk, sobbing my guts out. The dog's like, what in the world is wrong with you? She doesn't understand. But how cool is that? Amazing wisdom for us. We hold on until whoever we're talking with, whoever we're spending time with, is okay. What an amazing opportunity to share this loving kindness. Because Some days you will be the light for others, and some days you will need some light from them. As long as there is light, there is hope, and there is a way. So with that in mind, join me in the light for just a minute. So in the peace and the quiet of this moment, we allow ourselves to be reminded that we are the hands of the Christ consciousness. We are the heart, we are the soul, we are the mind, we are the eyes of the beloved. We come together in gratitude today for the opportunity to be reminded of the truth of our being. To be reminded that this day is the perfect day to offer that loving kindness to others. In a big way when someone needs us, in a small way when we can say thank you, or you go first, or nice hat. Because it is not possible to give without receiving. And as we offer that loving kindness, it comes back to us in so many amazing ways. We move forward with that thought and that intention of loving kindness on our minds, knowing that we are the beloved, and so is everyone else. For this spiritual community, for the opportunity to be together for this glorious day, we give great thanks. And together we say, and so it is. Namaste.